So welcome everyone. King Nico here, live as usual from Crusaders of the Resistance headquarters. So as you can see, just going through some images from the World's Fair, Chicago. I found some color images here for everyone to see before we get started on today's show. So this is what we're going to be talking about. This is what is known as Tartaria. So we got Proverbs Woman, hello. Jungle Queen is not missing this one. Diane from Minnesota. Got Jerry from Oklahoma. God's Marine. Tana Rich. J7. J7's listening and will be on soon. So just look at the images. This is from at least almost 200 years ago, or was it the 1893? Natasha is here. Hey, Natasha. Salvador Sanchez, hello from Nebraska. Joan Sharp, hello. Andrew Eastman, what's up? What's up, brother? So just looking at the Tartarian images, which was basically World's Fair, Chicago, 1893. Raging River says hello. Welcome. So yeah, as you can see, the images are going to keep going by. Welcome to Tartaria. And before we get into Tartaria, I'm just going to tell you right now, there is no Tartaria. It is a cover-up. It is a psyop. All these World's Fairs are not what they seem. Humans did not create and build these buildings, especially for a fair, just to destroy them. So we're going to go through the images and look at all the evidence laid out for us, because it is all there. So we're lucky enough to get some color images here that I found on YouTube. Better not be a bug in there. So yeah, this is a lot of people are very interested into the buildings, into these structures. So I'm telling you that these structures were all created by the fallen angels way back in Genesis when they came here. So we've looked into the Bible. We're going to constantly keep looking into the Bible and the book of Enoch. And in both books, the scripture there tells you that the sons of God, the fallen angels, left heaven and came to earth and fornicated with woman, with man, with animals, with beasts and insects, right? So we can understand that these angels created Nephilim hybrids, which became giants, which became dinosaurs, which became griffins and dragons and all kinds of mythical creatures that possibly did exist. So we're going to look at not just the genetic manipulation and corruption of the earth. We're going to look at structures they created. because all the scripture does say that they corrupted the DNA. So we can agree to that. But also, they taught man all the metals, all the stones of the earth, all the plants and how to use them, which one was medicine, which one would, get you sick. So did they not create structures? Did they just hang out in the field and fornicate in the fields? They're from heaven, and they have superior power. So I'm here today to tell you that Tartaria, don't even bother going down that rabbit hole. I got lots of videos pulled up because there's a lot of channels with a lot of images and from all over the earth, right? But none of them's going to give you the fallen angel biblical connection. Welcome, Chanel Brown. So a lot of them, they don't have the answers. They have theories of giants and Tartars and technology, because a lot of these buildings are free energy, right? So let me just remove that and we'll get into some more. Okay, so I got a lot of stuff pulled up. I'm just going to get into it. Okay, so we got this one pulled up. So this is from the San Francisco World's Fair. We're going to go through the images of it here. So there's the artist rendition. So this is from 1904, or it says 1915. So, and some of the buildings weren't destroyed, so some of them still remain. So we're going to look and compare. Okay. So wait, Jerry Honeycutt says all the state capitals look the same. Looks like the Vatican. Exactly. And not just in America. The state capitals in the Caribbean islands, from Cuba and Jamaica. We have South America. We have Brazil, Argentina. We got all the way in Asia, which you wouldn't even imagine, in Japan and China. And way down under in Australia and New Zealand. So no continent is free of fallen angel structures, which proves that no secret race came and with superior technology created this. It's nonsense. I'm going to show you the construction pictures because I got that ready for you too. So we're going to have a laugh. Yes, Island Boy, class is in session. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. I think there's a bug in one of my lights over here. So there you go. Can't stand bugs. So sorry. So let's get back into it. Here's San Francisco. So here's imagery here. There's the artist rendition. And then there's the real life, which still exists. And this thing is massive and just elegant, grand, glorious, whatever you want to call it. Like, just start to think when you look at these buildings, who could have thought and processed this? And not only one person, there's thousands of these buildings. There isn't just one magnificent building. There are thousands of them scattered all across this earth in every nook and cranny, right? So here's another one. There's the artist rendition of the Palace of the Fine Arts. And here's how it looks today. So it still stands. So again, when you look at the images, they tell you that these structures were built for the World's Fair. So they're supposed to be brand new back in 1860 all the way to 1900s. But I'll show you images from when they said they built it, where you can see close up on the pillars, on some of the stone, that it looks aged, like hundreds of years, thousands of years old. So even when they said they were constructing them and creating them, that was a lie, because you can see from whatever images we have, because we weren't there firsthand, these buildings have always been there and they were always aged, no matter how cleaned up they can get them to look, right? So there's more here. Again, look at the people, how small they are compared to these grand, not plaster, not wood, solid cement rock and granite and all the finest stone and materials of the earth. So here we got the Netherlands pavilion. And they pretty much knocked this one down. That no longer stands. So we're going to quickly go through this because there's lots to see. We got the Palace of Horticulture. That's been knocked down and no longer remains. Right? So here we got the Palace of Transportation. As you can see quickly, you see the angel on top. Again, this is what people, all the people that have done their research in Tartaria, all the videos are all over YouTube. They failed to notice the angels on top of the buildings. There you go. There's an angel right there. That no longer stands, this building. We got the amusement zone. It's just a field now, knocked it all down. So here we got the Machinery Palace. Not much remains. I must have saved some of it because it still looks similar. Nations of the East, the Court of Sun of Stars. Again, more angels, more just epicness. So look at the people. We're all dressed in these fine clothes. Everyone dressed the same back then. Look at this big statue here. Grand. So let's see if that still remains. Nope. So look, I would guess a little piece of it remains, but definitely took away most of it. The service building there. So we're just looking to see what remains on these buildings. This is the Liberal Arts Palace. Oh shit. Oh my god, there is a bug. Excuse me. Hold on a second. Prince, watch out. The bug's on you. I'm coming. Okay, relax. Everything's good. Okay, yeah, that thing was flying around. I knew it was annoying me, and then it friggin' just bounced off my head and touching my dog. So I don't want nothing really happening. So we'll get back into these images and move on to the next one. Again, signature of heaven, pillars, humans. Where would they have ever got the idea to build such grand, solid rock, impossible, like hard work buildings? Like just give me a break, and then put massive statues on them of angels. Whew. The Japanese village. Okay, so none of these no longer remain. So we'll move on to the next one. So construction photos. I want to show you some construction photos quickly because what I have here is just ridiculous. Because I want to show you, because there's not many. So there's images of the buildings, but then you won't get any of them being constructed. And I'm going to show you what I found, and you're going to have a laugh, right? Because it's all here, construction pictures. So I'm just going to quickly pull it up. Sorry, that bug really, they're gross. Some kind of a tick or something. There's some new bug. I don't know where they're coming from. Okay, so we're going to bring up some more images. So, but again, welcome everyone. It's been a great day. Great news. We reached 7,000 subscribers today on YouTube. So again, that's amazing. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening to me talk and show you what I've researched and found and put together. So appreciate it. Let's keep on crusading on. The world's becoming a really dark place, so we're questioning everything. Again, so yeah, Mimi Ruff is asking, was it a stink bug? It's one of those tick-looking things. It's gross, and these things fly, so it's horrible. They're heavy, they're thick. It landed on my poor Prince. Here he is. Prince is here. So I had to run and get up and get rid of it. So again, so as you can see here, I'm going to bring these images up. So these are construction pictures. So, okay, again, the first one, just look at this. I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a photoshopped image. It's not real. So look at the people on top. Just the sky is obviously photoshopped out. So they had Photoshop before they gave it to us, believe it or not. Wow. So the people that have no scaffolding, no harnesses, no nothing. This is not construction. I think this is the Ottawa Parliament building. So we're going to try and zoom in. Basically, it's already finished. There's nothing being constructed on this building. Yeah, the dome looks like it's not, the roof looks like it's not finished, but that's a Photoshop. They just put scaffolding around it to look like it's being constructed, but no, it's not. And then look at these guys on the top. Like, what's going on there? What is this image of these guys on top? How did they get up there? How are they going to get down? They're on top of a friggin', like, they're just that ballsy to just climb up there. Look, there's a person down here. Like, none of this makes sense. This is so fake. Like, these people don't look like they're doing any hard work. They don't have any appropriate equipment or hardware. Like, yeah, so there's a person standing there doing goodness knows what. So these pictures are fake. Look at the sky here. What is this? Why is it all blotted out here? That's not the sky. So we're going to look at more images, right? We're going to look at more because all of these construction, this is from the library, right? This is official images. And this is what they're going to show you that our forefathers did. This is a bunch of, yeah, invisible ladders, invisible everything. So let's get into the next image. So again, you're going to see a lot of the, you're going to see some repetition. So this one's obviously in the States, right? So let me try and zoom in. What is this? What is all this scaffolding? It's just pipe sticking out. And first of all, if you zoom in closer, do you see the blotting? Do you see this little gray area? That is how they Photoshop back in the day. It's outlined everywhere, right? You're going to see, because that's not the real sky, because this was added in afterwards, right? So again, sorry, I'm going to show you. Okay, let me bring me up because I'm getting into this now. We're looking at the supposed construction photos of all these Capitol Hill buildings, Parliament buildings, all these government buildings. They have the library of photos of the construction, and I've gone through them, and I need to show you that these pictures do not hold up at all and are all complete fake. And they faked them because these buildings always existed, and they had nothing to do with their creation, construction, nothing but cleaning them out and digging out the mud and assigning the new front door and the rear door. That's all we did. We did not build them. All facts, says I am Island Boy, right? So Tommy's here. Welcome, Tommy. Good friend Tommy. That is the Parliament Library. It's behind the Parliament buildings in Ottawa. Exactly. Yeah, I flew my drone over there back in February this year. So it's a part of the whole Parliament Hill in Ottawa. It's not the Parliament building. I'll show you images of that afterwards. So this is the Parliament Library, but now we moved on to the next one in the States. And we're going to go through some more of the images. So let's get back this image up here. And again, listen to what I'm showing you and look closer at the images. Look at the discoloration in the sky. What is all this metal right here? That's fake. It's not doing anything. It's just there for looks. So now look at this. How did they construct this supposedly? What is that? That's just one little metal thing sticking out with some little wire or whatever that is. Basically, the building's already there. They did none of this. All they do is go on the roof, block out and edit out the sky and add their little fake construction and their wireframe finished dome. So that's fake for sure. Check this one out in the background. Let's go on to the next one. What is this? How can they give us this? How come no one ever questioned this? Where's all the architects that have looked into the buildings and tried to, because we haven't been able to recreate any of these structures. So look at this. What is all these black bars in the sky leading to? They're not doing anything. That's not any machine or type of pulley system I've ever seen that can haul up pillars and cement blocks. This is what they're giving us for history. History has been faked. Exactly, says Proverbs 31 woman. We're taking it back. That is not acceptable. And we're going to look at more construction photos because they're all the same and they're all laughable and none of them make sense. And wait till okay, let's get back to it. What does this mean? So let's look at this. What is all this? Look, the people are this small right here. That's the little man right there. So where is all this gigantic machinery supposedly coming from? The building's basically already built. And look, the sky has obviously been wiped out because it's so white and fake. And what is this? This guy's standing here looking proud. He's not doing anything. What are you doing, buddy? You got all this dangerous equipment hovering above your head. Look how pixelated he is. He's been edited in. Or whatever it is. Maybe I just zoomed in too much. But none of this is real. This is all staged and fake. And this machinery is obviously doesn't make sense. So we're going to go on to the next one. Oh, wow. So this one, this is in Toronto on University Avenue. And this is from look down here, the City of Toronto Archives. So this is what the city and the government is giving us to pass off as history. This one is just clown work. So let's go over this one from the Toronto Archives now. This is the supposed construction. Look at the Romanesque building. Oh, sorry, I went too far. So this is the Romanesque building right here. And then there's the Canada Life. Sorry, this damn computer keeps messing up. Already you can see the blotted out sky. It's fake. Again, with these damn black poles just sticking up doing nothing. What is that? That's supposed to pass off as a construction site back then. The building's already finished. They're finished. So what did you construct? And the roof. So who constructs the roof, leaves a gap right here, and like, that's not, it's fake. Look at the blotted out sky. Look at it all smudged out so they can add and tweak the pictures for the damn archives. This is what they're messing with. So these are the Toronto Archives from the City of Toronto Archives. There you go. Fake images. The sky's all blotted out. This is Photoshop, everyone. Question all the history. Look at this. Who builds like this? Why they build up here and not in this section here? Right? Let's see the comments because that's a bunch of bollocks. So who's seeing what I'm seeing? So Paul Burns says fake AF, right? Why are they faking it? Because I'm going to tell you once we get into it. Look, the X-Files, the truth is out there, says Tiana Rich. So yeah. So True Christian says, Nico, you should do a live breakdown of the original lunar lander module that is literally made out of tinfoil and curtain rods and construction paper. Yep. We're going to get into that. That's once we get through Tartaria in the next few hours, we're getting into all the why did they need to fake the moon landing, right? So that's the next discussion. But you need to understand why are they faking history, right? Look at these construction pictures. They're ridiculous. The sky's been blotted out. Vanilla sky, says Tommy Rogers. Andrew Eastman is laughing his ass off, right? So let's go back. Ridiculous. More. What is this? Where's the construction? Look at how fake this is. This is some state capital. The building's done. So here we go. Look at this. This is so obvious. This ladder doesn't even connect. That's a big mess up right there. It's also obviously blurred out. Are you guys seeing this? History has holes in it, and we're exposing it. These buildings, they did not create. So look at this. Their Photoshop is terrible because this doesn't even connect. What is going on here? That is so horrible. So there's a big mess up there. Here's the roof. What is this? What are these black blobs in the sky? What is all this? They just put some two black lines and two black lines there, and that's supposed to be construction. That is obviously drawn in and is not there because this is drawn in. So the building's obviously finished, but they need to fake their history and knowing that people won't know and question it. This doesn't make sense. What is that? Are you guys seeing what they're giving us? Yeah, some of these crane systems look off or in random places. LOL. Yeah. What crane system? This is the 1800s, the 1700s, some of them, right? Especially in the States when they're supposedly building the capital, right? So all the state capitals, every friggin' state has one. There's like 50, there's thousands of these buildings. So they knocked each one up in like 2-3 years, supposedly. And that's what they use, some fake crane system. So Paul Burns says, wow, you can see it, brother. Yeah, it's there. And I'm going to show you more. Each picture, none of them make sense. Where's okay, so what is that? It's just a wireframe. Things are just poking out. Where's the architect saying that doesn't do anything, especially when you're working with cement rock? Again, what is this? Here's the Parliament building supposedly being built in Ottawa. That's the guy building the thing. There's one man there. You got these pulley systems just hanging off the roof. The building's basically done, but they photoshopped out the top half, right? And the sky, you never see the sun or the moon. You never see clouds. You just see the vanilla sky, as Tommy says, right? What is this? What are these pulley systems lifting? Nothing. The building's done. I'm not buying it. And I don't want you Crusaders to be buying it either. J7, yes. Stanley Kubrick. Darlene Thorpe, welcome. Good evening. Happy Monday night, everyone. We got all the realist warriors in the house tonight. And we're looking over these Parliament buildings and their supposed construction pictures, which make no sense. And these are the most glorious buildings on earth, and there's no explanation for who put them there. And this is what they show us. This is okay, next one. Okay, now this one just looks totally edited. I don't know where I found that one, but it looks all cartoony. What is this? More supposed construction. That's it. This little crane system here. Nothing makes sense. Again, a ladder just going nowhere. People standing around doing nothing because there's nothing going on. The building's done. And again, it's only the roofs they're able to cut off and put some kind of fake crane looking system. This triangle thing does nothing. That wire going to the trees is doing nothing. Look, this pole's just sticking out. These people are on horse and carriage. Like, that's horse and carriage right there. Yeah. Warrior of Yeshua says more pencil drawn tops. Exactly. I use Photoshop. I use Final Cut Pro. I'm an editor. I know how I use these we use these things today, but now I'm looking back and I'm like, wow, this is pathetic. Right? So you can see it. I can see how it's been total deceit, says Cami Thomas. Okay, let's move on because I'm getting too slowed up. Okay, let's go to the next pictures. What do we have here? More fake nonsense. Oh, look, the pillars are half done. Wow, oh, that one's like That one's more done than that one, so that doesn't make sense. More pulley systems on the roof, more wireframe roof. Why is the top done before the middle's done? Makes no sense. And look at the sky. You can see where they blocked out the sky so they could change everything on the roof. Why is this crane all blurry and stuff? Looks like, come on. What's that crane doing all the way back there? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. More cranes on top of finished buildings with a wireframe roof. Are you starting to see a trend here? Right? The buildings have always been there and finished. Look, what is this crane system doing on this building? The building's finished behind there. It's done. Because this part's all done. That's all done. That's done back there. So what is this here? That makes no sense. And why would this be done and the roof not be done? That's not how you build it. And what is this doing? Sticking out on the roof here. That's it. It's just a wireframe roof with solid rock. And then how are they going to get the rest of the stone up there and stack it on top? These pictures don't make sense. They're fake. Oh, wow. So this guy is just up there with no safety harness, with a freaking wrench and some gloves, no hat, no helmet, no goggles. Come on, people. You've seen the pictures of the New Yorkers all sitting on top of the skyscrapers with their lunch boxes. It's fake. Exactly. So Carlos says you can see the photo layering. Exactly. So thank you. I don't know the exact terminology and language, but that's it. The photo layering, it's there. Very primitive type of Photoshop back then, because obviously they didn't have today's Adobe package. Exactly. True Soldier of Christ, that image is so fake. If you believe that someone's going to be sitting up here on top of the skyscrapers, look, there's, what is that, Empire State Building's here. He's above, so he's up here with nothing, just, we'll see, he's not even doing anything. This is so fake. And even if he was, what's the point? Okay, laughable. Okay, we're going to look at these pictures here. So look. Okay, so this one is the Sun Life building, and this picture is May 30th, 1914, right? So we're looking at the Sun Life building, May 30th, 1914, and then it goes to July 25th, 1914. So like 2 months, right? Look at the crane system on top of the roof in May. This part still sticking out there, that part still hanging there doing nothing. You got this part. So look at the roof in May, and now we're going to go to 2 months later. So look at it. It's still, oh, it's fake. There's no freaking way. It hasn't moved. It's still stick out the same way. Actually, this one looks darker, like more penciled in May than it. See, look, it's more penciled in here than it is in July. So in 2 months, they supposedly stacked all the bricks up there and didn't move anything on the roof. That's there now. So yeah, more faked images. Nothing makes sense. I can't believe we didn't see it and question it before. Or wireframe. So how is this making sense? Like, why would they put the columns there on the roof and the roof's half done and the building's still not done? Nothing makes sense. And some of the other pictures, the roof, like, okay, so let's go on to the next one. Do we have more? Okay, let's get rid of these. Then we get on to the next folder and pictures. So incredible stuff here. That's the construction pictures. There's more. I'll bring up more. World's Fair. So let's get some more pictures here up on the screen quickly, because that's it. A lot of images, but it's the explanation behind the images, right? So you'll be able to go on YouTube and find images easy, believe me, but it's the explanation behind them. I'm going to bring these ones up quick. All right, so this one was shared to me by Lisa Prins in the Netherlands. So again, these buildings are in plain sight. There's the people just walking by. There's more pillars, more unnecessariness, and all the way on top, again, the angels. These are the creators of these structures. Not only did they come here and choose wives and fornicate with all living things and create Nephilim and giants and beasts, they created buildings too, right? So that they weren't savages. You could see the buildings, how grand they were, but then we're going to show you the buildings after they got more evil. So we're going to start off with Queen's Park in Toronto. So Netherlands. So here we go. We're in Brazil. So Rio de Janeiro had a World's Fair in Brazil, of all places. And here's one of the grand buildings. You can't see it there, but I'm going to find another image, because on top in Brazil, at one of these buildings, is a fallen angel. Again, always on top. There's another artist rendition that looks just like the real thing. Angels on top. It's right by the sea on a beach. So in the most impossible places. More images. This is the Canadian exhibition in 1926, Canada's Eternal City. There was the World's Fair in Paris. Again, look at this building. Look at the structure. Look how tiny a human is. There's a regular 5 to 6 foot human. So here's the giant statues, the impossible glass domes, detail, and all the way on top. Again, I keep telling you, don't get lost in Tartaria. Just read the Bible, go to the book of Enoch, and there's the fallen angels. From Brazil to Australia to Paris to Toronto, it's them. I cannot stress this enough. It is the fallen angels that created all of these structures. That's why history is being faked. That's why this new conspiracy called Tartaria mud flood is now like flying off the shelves. Everyone's like, oh, I need a new conspiracy. What's Tartaria mud flood? And of course, people are eating it up. And it's not biblical because it takes away from the great flood, and there's no answers. So no second flood. This is all from the great flood, and they're trying to hide Bible prophecy. So someone says, why do those angel statues always hold some sort of crown or wreath? Exactly. In every country from Mexico City to Toronto, I've got up and close with some of these angel statues, and the detail is incredible. And the one in Toronto is holding a crown, and there's another one at the CNE, the exhibition, holding like a corona wreath crown. Some of them are holding flowers, but they're all doing the same thing. So again, there's no explanation. No nation has yet to explain why, if humans made them, they put these angels up there on all these buildings, because they didn't. The angels put them there. And that's what's being hidden. Because once you know that the angels are real, then you won't fall to the final deception, and you'll be saved and go to heaven. They don't want that. These are the fallen angels that defied God and came to earth and recreated a heaven on earth. And we're going to get into the numbers. So here it is. Look at that. People don't build like this. And why would they? And more angels, more impossibleness. So here's a building in Japan and Germany. 2 buildings in 2 separate continents, identical. Are you seeing this? So the top one is Germany and the bottom one is Japan. They are identical. Thank you, J7. Mud flood is a lie equals 66. Yep, the mud flood is fake. It was only the great flood. So why would anyone believe in a mud flood and not the great flood? Because it's biblical? Why and how has society and mainstream got and turned people away from God and the Bible, that they'll believe in a mud flood but not the great flood? We have to stop this ignorance and get back to God now, because we are running out of time. We have less than 2 weeks left in this year before the big showdown, right, is about to take place. So we're showing you the structures. They're all over the earth, even in Japan. So here we are, identical to the one in Germany. It's the Arita Porcelain Park. Yeah, we've seen this image. We've seen this image. And here's today's cover photo. There's my babies, the palms. So, okay, the next screen. So let's remove this. Let's see what the questions are going on. So there's lots to see. Oh, and now, okay, I need to get back to the numbers because I've added some more and some more connections to why the fallen angels are the master builders. That's what this series is about. This whole Tartaria series is me telling you and explaining to you that the fallen angels are the master builders. They are the evil ones. They are the ones that have created everything on this earth. And there's mass amounts of proof now, right? So let's bring up some more numbers, because what you're going to see is how it's connected in every nation. And I need your help to see it. Like I said, 1776. So 1776, the fallen angels built megacities. So that number is associated to the fallen angels. So let's get through it quickly. The fallen angels built cities for Cain, 666. The fallen angels, the master builders, 1776. Right? So they ruled as gods in cities that resembled heaven. They built all over earth. The fallen angels is the mark and the number of the beast, 666. They created everything on earth. They're about to fake an alien invasion. It is the Great Alien Deception, 1776. They will pose as the aliens, 666. They fear Jesus Christ, so choose Jesus Christ now. Fallen Angels, A Ring of Fire, 2021, 666. They returned through Astroworld Hadron Collider portal. There it was. They created a heaven on earth. They enslaved humanity. Tartaria equals 88. Devil Tartaria equals 666. Thank you, Lisa, from the Netherlands. Alien Deception during the Rapture equals 666, 322, and 2022. And here we go. The CN Tower in Toronto. The concrete structure stands at 553 meters. Inside, a metal staircase winds through the tower. It takes 1,776 steps. Welcome to modern-day Babylon. Why does the CN Tower have 1776 steps? Because it is made and created to pay homage to the master builders, the fallen angels. Right? So take it in. 1776. Okay, let's keep it moving. I'm not going to stop yet. No pausing. Next screen. I'm bringing it up because we're sticking on 1776. Why 1776 keep coming up? Because the United States Declaration of Independence, signed 4th of July, 1776. Also, the first inauguration of George Washington as the first president of the United States was held on Thursday, April 30th, 1789. And what have I been telling you about April 30th? Travis Scott was born on April 30th. George Washington, the first president of the United States, inaugurated on April 30th. Hitler died or disappeared April 30th. Bugs Bunny's first appearance, April 30th. So yeah, there's plenty. Very satanic day. I told you I believe Jesus was crucified and murdered on April 30th, which is why they used that day, which is why the Satanic Church was founded on April 30th. So we're going to see the comments. 1776. The CN Tower has 1776 steps. Fallen angels. are the master builders, 1776. Actually wasn't signed on July 4th. They lied about that too. I think it was signed in August 1776. Thank you, Lacey. Yeah, of course, they lie about everything because they want to stick to their ritual by the dates. George Washington was a Freemason. Thank you, Shelby. They all are very satanic. Fake alien invasion is coming anytime. It's on its way. It's here. We'll soon see. This whole world is going. What it's going through is because of all of this, and there's no more hiding the truth because someone like me can see it. So that's a big threat to their new world order and taking all your souls to hell. Jesus born on September 11th, correct? So from September 11th, Jesus's birth date to April 30th, Jesus's murder date is exactly 33 weeks. Okay, so back to over here. So let's see what we got up on the screen. More World's Fair. There's so many images you could bring up. So many videos. The John Levy's got all the videos. So let's see what we got here on this video. Just look at these old world images. So they supposedly built them for a World's Fair and then just destroyed it afterwards. So I'm going to tell you that they did not build them, but they had to destroy them because this was the last reset. So when they were putting the kids onto the orphan trains and repopulating the earth the way they wanted to set up for the new world, they had to get rid of some of the buildings. Whether the angels told them which ones to get rid of and which ones to keep, we don't know. Maybe the ones that they kept and chose to keep as their parliament buildings were the ones that the angel said, these buildings are on specific energy ley lines. And they said, destroy the others. You don't need those. People will question it. Get rid of it. And then they kept the ones that they have. Every nation kept the ones the angels told them to that are on specific ley lines for energy purposes. And they destroyed the rest in the great fires of the end of the 1800s and the turn of the 1900s. So they destroyed them, but these buildings are solid cement. So they're not easy to destroy. So what did they do? In 1917, World War I. So the whole world went to war. They faked that too, because all wars are fake, because you can't have a new world order without every nation being involved in it in an old world order. So they had to fake the world wars before, like early on, because they saw that the fire and their pathetic tools weren't doing it. So once they finally had bombs and airplanes, they created the world war, dropped bombs and blew up a lot of the fallen angel structures. And then society took place after that with the baby boomers in the 50s and 60s, okay? And then no one questioned anything. Technology was minimal. You had to be a big traveler to be able to see it firsthand, because I didn't get this opportunity to see these buildings until the internet, right? So, and our time now is very short. And that's what they relied on, is not giving us enough time and not having everyone be rich so that they can go travel and see everything firsthand. All the fallen angels are here. They're the rulers of the government. Exactly. We're exposing the enemy. It is the fallen angels. So it's February 22nd, the invasion. No one knows the specific date and time, but of the rapture, because if they are faking an alien invasion, it is to hide the rapture, because people are going to disappear. So how are you going to disguise God's miracle of rapturing people and making them disappear? By the fake alien invasion. So we got, Joseph Aquaviva, welcome. Good evening, brother. So Joseph Barack Obama, Hebrew equals 474. Fallen angel equals 474. So yeah, we are at the hour. Time is short. I don't usually have trouble sleeping, but this whole past week and weekend, I've been up. I've had trouble sleeping. There's something in the air. There's something going on. The weather's been like 4 seasons last week. The sun that we have here in North America, I don't think it's our real sun. I think it's the fake sun simulator. So yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on Earth right now. The angels are here. They're setting up for something big. No, not at all. The invasion will be before September 11th, 2023. So yeah, we have to prepare. We have to educate. We have to expose the enemy. We have to teach and educate on our true world, our true word of God, not science. We got to step away from science. You must unlearn everything that you've learned in school, because like it's easy. Everything that they tell us, I can relate to you, and they pretty much tell you how to think at certain topics. So when you see these Tartarian buildings, you're supposed to say, oh, look, the Greco-Roman building, the Romans built it, and that's it. And then you move on, and you don't even think anything. That's how we were conditioned to think when it comes to these buildings. So they teach you in like grade 5, grade 6, when you're like 9 years old, and make you look at it as Greek mythology and Roman architecture, and that's it. And then you move on and live your life and forget about it and don't ever question it again. You just travel the world, go on a tour and take a picture in front of it and post it on Facebook, right? No, we're exposing it. This is the fallen angels in plain sight. I don't know how many angels on top of buildings I have to show you all across the earth. Brazil even. Wow. Did I bring up images? Yeah, I think I did bring them up. I showed you those. Yeah, science is just another word for their witchcraft. That's exactly what it is. It's all lies. Yeah, get into your Bibles. So yeah, going through the comments, chemtrails. So let's see what else I got up here. I heard the black hole sun yesterday in the store. In the store, yeah, there is a black hole sun. That's the fake sun simulator. So if you ever see it flicker, you'll see the black hole in the middle of it. So yeah. Okay, let me quickly see what I got pulled up here on the YouTube. I had something. Okay, so we're going to bring up some more videos and stuff, because there's so much. So, and again, like anyone can go and do this. You can all go and see the videos, the images of the old world, but no one, you have to see it for what it is. Like I said, there's like they were old back then. Even in these old pictures, these buildings have always been there. They've been old. They were just made and created by superior beings, the sons of God. And of course, their structures are going to withstand the test of time. So an angel on top of a building means it is a fallen angel. Of course, it means, and it means that that angel created that building and ruled as a god in that area, that location. So there was 201 angels, right? So 201 angels. And they came here, they had children, they had pets, and they had cities. They had their own like Olympus, their own heaven. Right? So that's why some of these buildings were created with giant doors, because the angels' children were giants, right? So these buildings were created by the angels, not humans, not giant humans, not like aliens, nothing, not demon. It was the fallen angels when they first came here. So all the buildings that you've seen are just great. So then we're going to show you the Goth buildings, right? So I want to pause this and get to the Gothic building here in Queen's Park in Toronto. Yeah, so Tiffany's confirming with Jay that we never went to the moon because we can't. It's not something you can go to. It's a light in the sky. Queen's Park, where are you? Tartaria. So I got some images from a building here in Toronto. It's the legislation building. And you're going to see some of the work on this building here. And it's identical to the courthouse too. So yeah, you can already see an image right here. You get it in the middle. Change some of this stuff on the screen. So this is a government building. Look at the stone. Look at the manner of it. Look at the eyes. So who has time to carve eyes perfectly, one identical to the next, and then put a hideous like beast, like demonic dragon right in it? So these are the angels after they had sinned, and they no longer started to make glorious heaven-esque type buildings. They started to make dark, demonic looking buildings with devils' faces and dragons in it. So there's one picture. There's some more star imagery, Star of Ishtar, the 8-pointed star. There's the compass and square right there on the Queen's Park Legislation Building. There's all in the courthouse. There's the a star with the cube in the middle, Metatron's cube. And there's some gargoyles. Right? So gargoyles on a government building. There's a sun worship right there in the center of it. More, okay, now look, there's like a lion looking creature. Whoever, like, humans can't carve like this in solid rock. Like, I've touched this rock with my own hand. Like, it's just heavy, impossible. Look right here. Look at these demonic faces. Faces in solid rock in a government building. They look trapped or whatnot. This face is trapped right here. Another face trapped right there. Look at this. This looks like hieroglyphic type looking carvings, right? In Egypt, not in Toronto for the government legislation building. So there's something going on. It is every nation and every city. The same in Ottawa. The Parliament building has gargoyles on top of it too. Faces in the rock. More gargoyles at every corner of the building. There's another gargoyle standing right under it, right? So there they are, gargoyles. So there's so much to show you. There's the, okay, I want to bring this picture up. Okay, so yeah, the energy buildings, right? So I showed you some of the cathedrals, and here's a meme that I found. I want to share. Cathedral. So you've seen these Gothic looking cathedrals, again, impossible for humans to make. So a cathode is a type of electrode through which electrons move. Electrodes are an electrical conductor, usually a metal that is connected to something that is not a metal. So the cathode type of electrode delivers electrons, negative charge, and the anode collects electrons. So energy, and it has a positive charge. So that's why it's called a cathedral, because it rests the same as cathedral, right? So you telling me that the Freemasons have been working hand to hand with the fallen angels, like in that movie Transformers, the second one? I didn't really see that film, but yeah. Why is that so hard to believe? The fallen angels needed some way and people to manipulate and give them knowledge and have them serve them and give them more, give a bit, take a bit. And that's how it's been the last 4,000 years. Yeah, Mark John, free energy. Yeah, wow, like batteries, exactly. So the energy's always been free and they've been using it. And we're still being manipulated by it in their courthouses, in their parliament buildings. They're just a beacon of energy, right? And that's why they destroyed the rest of them. Okay, let me see what else I had prepared and brought up, because we're going to run through it. How long has it been? Okay, first hour in, not bad. Okay. More images, this picture, that picture. Okay. So I showed you the numbers again. It's crazy. This one. Okay, Babylon. I want to bring this one up. So again, we're tying it all to the Bible. It's all biblical. Just as Nimrod tried to do with the Tower of Babel. Amen. It does make sense. So this is This tower was built to break the firmament and get into heaven so that Nimrod could rule himself. And so it says before and after. I just remove some stuff off the screen. So that's what NASA did. So instead of building a tower, they created a rocket and a storyline of going to the moon. And instead of like breaking the firmament physically, they removed it spiritually with this story of space and the universe, right? So we'll get back into that. Tartaria, it's nonsense. It's not biblical. I have the Bible verses here. Okay, that's what I wanted to bring up, the Bible verses. Where did I put it though? It's in a folder. Shoot. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go to the internet. I'm going to pull up, I know where it is, Mark 13:1. For everyone to see. Again, more proof about the building. So everything's associated right here with the creation of the building. So we've gone over the numbers, the gematria for the fallen angels, and the structures they created, and the dates. We've gone over the construction pictures that our governments have given us, which are a joke, with their penciled in cranes and metal poles that lead nowhere and do nothing. It's just a show. So they didn't make them. They didn't create them. They founded them. Okay, let's go to the Bible. Okay, let me just quickly find it. King James Version Bible. Okay, so we're going to go to Mark. Because it's in the Bible too. Again, I have to show you. I'm not just telling you because I'm making this up in my head. We're going to take it to the Bible. We've gone through the images and the archives that our governments have given us. So Mark 13:1. Let's see, make it bigger. So as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples saith unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. So one of Jesus's disciples said unto him, as they walked out of a temple, his disciple said unto him, he says, Lord Jesus, look at the manner of the stones and look at the buildings that are here. Why would he say that? What was that referring to? For something for 2,000 years ago, right? What building would have been so questionable with the manner of stones? The same buildings that we're questioning today, because the manner of stones, the carving of statues, the fallen angels on top, everything is questionable, especially when you look at the archives and the construction pictures and you're like, okay, well, if you didn't build them, who did? And then you go search the internet and you find John Levy beating around the bush with giants and Tartars, right? No, it's the fallen angels. So Mark 13:2, and Jesus answering said unto him, seest thou these great buildings? There shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. That is Jesus Christ not being impressed because he knows, as he is the Son of God, that these buildings are an abomination and were forbidden and were created by the sons of God, the fallen angels, the very reason why Jesus had to come here in the first place. So that's why he responded the way he responded. He's like, seest thou these great buildings? Puh. He's like, there shall not be a stone left upon one another, right? It's going to be thrown down because he's here to throw down and destroy all that the fallen angels created and corrupted. So they came to earth, they owned, like, this is God's world, but they came here and made cities and ruled as gods in themselves. And then they created Nephilim and beasts and dragons and all kinds of like forbidden abominations. The city of Petra, exactly. That's still buried in mud, right? You can see it. It's the same identical building. They'll tell you that the city of Petra is like 10,000 years old. And then they tell you a building in France that's identical to it was made in 1888, right? Which is a load of crap. It's identical. The timelines don't add up, right? So how come Jesus and his disciples in Mark 13:2 are leaving the temple and looking at the same buildings, questioning the manner of stones? And why would he question the manner of stones? Because it's inhumane. Even for their time, when they 2,000 years ago, they had pretty much nothing, right? They didn't have what we have today. We still don't have much because we can't even get rid of potholes in our roads, right? In our cities. So we got nothing still today. So 2,000 years ago, they're questioning the buildings and the manner of stones because, yeah, they're freaking impossible. 2,000 years later, we still don't have the means and the capabilities and the technology to even think of and create one of these creations that the fallen angels left behind. And if we did have the means and capabilities and the tools to create a building with pillars and all these detailed stone, are we going to freaking put giant statues of angels on top? Are we going to put devil faces in the building? Like, who did this? It's not human. It's biblical. It's right here in the Bible. I'll find more verses to do with these buildings. I'll go through Enoch and to show you everything, but it's all there. The angels did all of this. Okay, so let's talk to you guys. I don't know if we don't need to spend too long on this one. It is disgusting. Angela, Argentina. What about the Sawgrass Familia in Barcelona? Been under construction. Yeah, the Sagrada Familia, exactly. So yeah, I was there 20 years ago, and the same Sagrada Familia is still exactly all the construction. They'll put the frames on it, right? And for 20 years, Sagrada Familia has been under construction, and it's looked like this when I was there at 15. And that's it. So these buildings, sorry, let me share it. So here it is. Sagrada Familia, another one of these cathedrals, right? Thank you, Miss Angela Argentina, for pointing that one out. So Barcelona was one of my favorite places. I was there in 99 and 2000, and I did visit this cathedral, and it had the same construction cranes there 20 years ago, and it's still there today. So did they ever construct anything, or is it just there for show to buy time to keep us ignorant and oblivious so that they can, that when the time came that we're about to find out, that'd be too late? Ruth Ballinger says it all makes sense. Wow. Okay, yeah. So again, I still don't feel like we've scraped the surface here with this, but if you can put it together, because we're all amazing crusaders here for the truth, then you'll see what I'm talking about. So next time you go and do some research, and I recommend just going and watching some Tartaria videos on YouTube, and then you'll laugh because you'll see everything that I've been telling you, that these people question it, like, who put these buildings there? They're amazing. And there's freaking angel statues on them, and it's like they don't see it. They never mentioned the angel statues. It's like they're invisible, right? You're welcome. Yamil says, come on, brother, preach. Exactly. Possibly, says Don Lewis. That looks kind of creepy. Yeah, because it looks like they tried to burn it and melt it, right? So that's another thing. So some of these buildings, they've been trying to burn them and get rid of them since the last reset, right, at the turn of the 20th century. So they realize that these buildings are solid rock and granite and marble. They're made with the finest stones and just like welded together by like godly power. So it took a lot more than just a little matchstick and a bonfire to try and get rid of them. So they've been trying to get rid of them because they don't want people to question them, because they know that they can't account for their creation. Robin says, yes, the Great Fire of such and such. Yeah, everyone. 1901, 1902, 1896. It's the same time frame, all within 50 years, right? 1870 to 1920. They were just resetting with world wars, with great fires, with world's fairs, then with destruction. So they had to get the World's Fair as an excuse to destroy things publicly. So they had to pretend they made it quickly and then destroy it. So history, man, it's all coming together. Exactly, Kimberly. The whole world has been brainwashed. We are unwashing those brains here. Tartaria is a psyop. Repeat, Tartaria is a psyop. There was no mud flood, right? Tartaria mud flood. That's what you search on the internet and YouTube. You'll see everything. Search the world's fairs, but go in with an open mind, with a biblical outlook. Fallen angels in Genesis created it. And then they started to get evil and started to create more Gothic evil buildings. So they're the fathers of Gothic, the Gothic culture too. So the angels gave us everything. I don't know why people don't realize how that's the possibility of it. I've always questioned how anyone knew. I knew science is weak. Science hasn't figured out anything, right? So very minimal stuff for the time we've been here. For the stuff we have and the knowledge we have, nothing made ever sense. So, and Andrea Wilma says, "Are we flat earthers here?" I am. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. That's the next series and topic of discussion. But we gotta go into it, exposing everything, so it'll be easier for people to take in and understand. Because people still turn their noses up and laugh at flat Earth and think it's a joke. But I don't take nothing here as a joke. We take everything here seriously. And when I show you all the information, all the archives, all the government files, we're going to lay it all out and decide for ourselves. So I'll be getting together more construction pictures of all these buildings. If you all have a building that you want to look over and are very suspicious about, let me know, and we'll look into the history and the date it was supposedly created. Because it's all the same. It's going to be 1890 or 1906, or say it started creation in 1901 and was finished in 1903. In 2 years, they can create these masterpieces. So again, there's thousands, maybe tens of thousands of these structures, right? So once you start putting the dates together, it's not going to add up. There's not enough people, not enough stonemasons and construction guys to have done it all together at one time across the whole earth, right? So we have to put some serious common sense into this, because it's going to take me forever to bring up 10,000 buildings with all their construction dates, just to show you how can 10,000 buildings across the earth all be created at the same time in 1890, in the same decade. Like, where did they all get the stone from? Like, didn't one nation run out of stone? Didn't someone make a mistake? Like, we have to look at it like with that perspective. These buildings are perfect. There's no error in none of these statues and none of these angel statues. Every wing is perfect. Every face is perfect. Every pillar is perfect. Every column is perfect. Humans. What makes humans humans is that humans aren't perfect. We make error. We get tired. We get hungry. We have emotions, right? There's no way that humans across the earth could successfully put buildings like this together, let alone without modern day tools and machinery and trains, planes, cars. Forget about all that stuff. Forget about modern medicine and good food or whatnot, right? What they have. Sorry, I forgot where I was going with that, but yeah. See, Genesis is spot on accurate, says Carlo. That's what we're doing. The Statue of Peace, right? So yeah, I'll show you. We're gonna go to Mexico. The Angel of Peace is sitting there in Mexico City. It's called the Angel of Peace. Mexico. Hold on, Mexico. Yeah, we were talking about perspective. So yeah, start looking at, not let alone these people, how they put it together. So yeah, they're gonna build these buildings without modern tools, and then they're gonna put aside getting tired. Did everyone get paid? Like, did anyone get injured on the job? Because they were doing an impossible job without modern day safety equipment, right? So how did it all come together? Didn't people die? How did Like, how did they get all the material if everyone was using the same material across the whole earth? Like, wasn't there like a supply, a low supply demand for freaking cement rock in freaking 1890? There was enough to go around. Like, come on, we got to ask these questions because nothing's adding up. Let me see who's figuring it out. I want to talk to some people here who's got some stuff going on. You guys are in the comment section, talking, chatting. If anyone wants to come on and discuss anything, I'm going to show you Angel of Peace in Mexico. So yeah, these angel statues are everywhere, just massive in every city. And like Buddy said earlier, they're all holding a crown. Like, they're just massive, towering over every city. How do I get this image up? Oh. So look at it. The Angel of Peace, they call it in Mexico. These angels, I know that it has breasts, but I believe these angels were very rebellious and created statues like that because they were just messed up, right? I'm not saying they really had breasts, but or they were female angels, because there wasn't, no scripture ever speaks of daughters of God or female angels. So the fact that these angels, some of them have breasts, we got to take note of that. Why is it solid gold? Why is it holding a wreath? Why is it holding a chain? Like, they all got the same pose. So again, these angels were all supposedly created like 200-300 years ago, but this is in Mexico City. So how did they know? Who gave the world and all these constructors in Japan and Australia, who gave them the memo? It's like, oh, when you finish the building, put a bloody angel on top and make sure it's like holding out its arm in a pose, holding a crown or a corona wreath or a flower, because that's what it is, a corona, right? So who gave the whole world the memo when they didn't even have freaking telephones to communicate, barely even had radio? Nico, do you think these angel statues are the principalities over regions that the Bible? Of course it is. What other principalities and high places could there be? It's the fallen angels. It's the buildings. They're a big giveaway. Even in Mark 13:1, the disciples said to Jesus, look at the manner of stones and the buildings that are here, right? Because they knew, it's like, humans can't create this. And Jesus said, yeah, no stone will be left upon another, when it will be thrown down. Because that's why Jesus came, to die for our sins, because the angels had came here and shown us and given us forbidden knowledge, right? So Duke says angel statues are not evil. Well, the fact that these ones are towering over humanity, they're massive. So look, the people would just stand. We stand right there. So why is this thing like 20? Why got to be so damn massive? They rule over this world, and they still do, and they're coming back to do some more destruction. So again, you can go onto the YouTube, onto the internet, right? Check out John Levy. I recommend, because he's got years worth of Tartarian information and all the construction dates. He's got all the pictures, videos, but he doesn't have the biblical connection, right? So you'll see, he'll just tell you and give you the runaround. So once you get fed up of watching him and everyone else not knowing who created these structures, then just come back. But our time is short. I'm not telling you that all angels are evil and this statue, that. I'm just telling you the fallen angels created them. And the Bible says that they are the evil ones. They are, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And now that wickedness is no longer in purgatory, where God put them, They found a way to get themselves out. So now we're in these times where what's about to happen, there's going to be a whole billions and billions of people not knowing and will be deceived. The great deception is upon us. That's why here with the resistance, we're educating our crusaders, because no matter what I say, when that deception comes, the technology that we have now that's yet to be used, the blue beam, the CERN, it's going to be hard. But once you have the knowledge and the Bible and Enoch, you'll look at it. I already know there's nothing that's going to show on this earth. No giant, no beast of the sea, no dragon. There's no spaceship that's going to make me shiver in my bones. No, right? I'm covered. We're covered here with the resistance, right? Just get yourself some Bibles, get yourself the knowledge, and you're covered. You will not be deceived. Once you know the truth, the fallen angels, they fear Jesus. They fear anyone that is chosen by Jesus and chooses Jesus, right? So they have no control over you. Yeah, Yamil says, yep, you're right. There's no female angels. Trust me, I've looked. I cannot find any female angels. All scripture says sons, male angels. And the whole reason that they left heaven is to find wives. There's no female angels left to come and find a husband or a boyfriend. That never happened. It was male angels leaving to find human wives. That's why we're in this whole mess. And when they came here, they didn't just come here to have sex with women. They created what they knew in heaven. They created a heaven on earth. So if angels came here and they have the power to leave heaven and come to this earth, and they have the power to have sex and create, giants and Nephilim and beasts, don't you think that they're going to put some stones together and create some structures and have somewhere to call home? I know it's hard because no one's ever spoken about it before, but again, don't you think that the sons of God came to this earth and put some stones together and made some houses and called it home, right? And if you're the sons of God and you're going to put stones together, don't you think that the buildings I've been showing are their creations? Which means that the date of all these buildings are 6,000 years old. Because even when you look 200 years ago to the construction pictures when they were being built, they look old then too, right? So they don't look brand spanking new. They never were. Yes, they are in Africa as well. Look at Cape Town, the Parliament building in Cape Town. Let me go quickly see if I can find it on Google, because I've already looked. This whole earth, there's nothing that. Yeah, they friggin' covered everywhere. Parliament. It's so easy. Just put in Parliament building, and there you go. That's the biggest giveaway, because all the governments possess the buildings now. So look, you said Africa. Here's Cape Town. Here's South Africa Parliament building. So Radicalized Online says, are these in Africa as well? Of course they're in Africa. The sons of God, there's 200 angels, right? They all picked a part of this earth and called it their own. So imagine 200 of them. They need to build their own godly city, right? That's why this whole world is already built. That's why these buildings are in South Africa. So let's bring it up bigger. Here's the Parliament building in South Africa. This is Cape Town. Again, it's the exact same buildings, pillars with the fancy roof on top. It's the same thing. Look, Houses of Parliament, Cape Town. Let's click on this one. Look at these buildings. Look, from back in the day. Houses of Parliament, Cape Town. So what do you think? There's nothing. Every continent, every nation has these structures. Like I said, They were all the modern day books would tell you that that building was built in 1890. And I'm like, but the one in America was built in 1890. The one in Canada was built in 1890. The one in England, France, Japan, China. How can they all be created at the exact same time at a time where people don't have the communication? And why do they all copy each other? Where do they all get the materials? How come each one is just as perfect as the next one without error? If it was human, there'd be some type of error. Sorry, so late. Hey, Nico, I'll start from beginning when we are done here. Yeah, I'm almost done. So just make sure when I'll be reposting it, everyone's got to see it. Rome wasn't built in a day, maybe 2 days by the fallen angels. No, all roads lead to Rome because all the Romans built were roads, rocky, bumpy roads, right? Okay, let's bring up some John Levy. Do I have John Levy up here? What is this? Yeah, let's see what John Levy's got to say. So you can see for yourself, right?
A somewhat temporary building built for a World's Fair. And here we can have a little closer look. And really remarkable. Once again, a building that could be designated as anything. Cathedral.
Doesn't mention the angel
building,
on top.
Colosseum. And here in Paris, a World's Fair building. And the Trocadéro is an area in Paris, France, across the Seine from the Eiffel Tower. So they tell us it's named after this
Thank you, Darlene.
involving Napoleon.
Thank you so much.
Spain.
Just hear me out, everyone.
And it was a village, and later it was arranged for the 1867 World's Fair. For the 1878 World's Fair, the old palace was built here. The palace's form was that of a large concert hall with 2 wings and 2 towers. Its style was a mixture of exotic and historical references, generally called Moorish, but with some Byzantine elements. The concert hall contained a large organ. Eventually it was moved in 1977, where it's still in use today. Below the building, in the space left by the...
Again, this is just some John Levy. Like I said, I don't need to be spending hours showing you pictures of old buildings and explain, because he's already got like 3 years worth of just buildings. So go to his channel, get caught up quickly, but he spent 3 years showing buildings but never once mentioned the fallen angels, right? So all the images are there. He's already spent the time and effort. So it's amazing. And like I said, it goes through the dates, the times, the creation. And in your head, just put it into everything that I've been telling you.
Underground quarries, a large aquarium was built to contain fish in 1937. The Exposition International was
yes,
held
Robin,
at
John
the
Levy. He's
palace,
awesome.
and it was
just with the information's all there.
And partly rebuilt. And the Palace of Chaillot now tops the hill. Like the old palace, the Palace de Chaillot featured 2 wings shaped to form a wide arch. Okay, that's enough
so
of
David
that.
Many.
So, here, we can have a little look at these wings. And really, I don't think they did anything but demolish this center portion. And they're telling us the new palace is these 2 wings that are not connected. These were clearly here in the past. And this seeming like perhaps the backside, 1876. And here what seems like the front side. Pretty amazing.
Again, look at the angel on top.
A temporary building. And again, these wings still remain, even though they're telling us that they...
So yeah, that's John Levy. And he's not the only one. There's many other channels. And again, they all do the same thing. They all scan through all these freaking thousands of old pictures. So it's not hidden. The only thing that's hidden is the truth of who put them there. So the cover up, which Tartaria is, because there's no truth. And because once you go down that hole and start to look at the pictures like John Levy has and many other people, then you're going to look at it and then get lost into this whole Tartar thing and giants and But that doesn't make sense, because no matter, you could be 400 feet tall, then it would be, if anything, it's going to be harder to make a building that detailed, right? So that's what that is. The buildings are all there. They're everywhere, from Africa to Asia to Australasia. They're everywhere. And all you have to do is type in Parliament Building, like I just did, Cape Town, South Africa, and boom, there's the fallen angel structure. Stephen Riley, Salu Nico, and everybody in the chat. Everyone's here. Welcome, Crusaders. We're over 7,000 Crusaders as of today. So a big bless you and thank you. This army is rising fast. Everyone's hungry for the truth, hungry for God and for Jesus. So we're here crusading, uniting. It's getting amazing out there as we go into the new year with force, with truth. So no one's going to stop us. Incredible. So yeah, talk to me quick. Half an hour. I just need a drink. If anyone wants to ask more questions, or I can end this video, because it's just buildings. And like I said, there's not much proof apart from the pictures and all the images from the World's Fairs. So if you want to check up some World's Fairs, there's World's Fair in Chicago, 1893, World's Fair in St. Louis, 1904, the World's Fair in San Francisco, 1915, World's Fair in Paris, World's Fair Stockholm, World's Fair Rio de Janeiro. So every continent, Brazil, like, come on. And when you look at all the pictures of all the buildings that are all identical to everywhere on earth, and then you start to see the angel statues and the angel imagery, that should be it. There's no, that's it. So that's like all our Union stations and railroad. Yeah, so in the first video, watch the first video, I showed all the Parliament buildings. I showed all the train stations. All the museums are the same. Banks, central banks are all the same all over the world. So it's the same. Yeah, thank you for that, Robin Boswell. Sean K, thank you. Yeah, congrats. Yeah, we're all here. It's for all of us. The more the merrier, right? So, and the stronger our force will be. No one can tell us nothing. So Eric Lip says, cancel culture is in a hurry to purge all history. No, I'm bringing it all out. They've been trying to hide it for years with all the censorship, but good thing I got ahead of it, right? So all this stuff I knew and seen from 2018, and already was sold on it 2019, and came into 2020 already knowing what was happening. Thank you, Cami. You're very welcome. Sue Sutton, check out the YouTube song called Stay. It's filmed on top of an angel statue somewhere in Germany or somewhere. Yeah, so that's probably another one of those angel of pieces, golden statues in Germany. Thank you. Another great show tonight. You're welcome. Yeah, again, it's just pictures. They're all out there, but it's the explanation. So my advice to anyone that needs help and proof that the fallen angels in the Bible and the book of Enoch are real, just check out Tartaria and listen to my commentary on it, that these buildings were put together by the fallen angels when they came here. So we have to understand that they did come here, that they corrupted the DNA so bad that God had to flood the earth. So then that's why Tartaria is associated with a mud flood, because the buildings are like sloped into mud and stuff, into the ground, into ground level. They had to dig them out. But there was no mud flood. It's the Great Flood. So don't make two floods, one flood. Everywhere. Georgia for sure. Georgia, let's go find one in Georgia right now. Georgia State Capitol, right? Are you talking about in the States, Georgia? So here's Georgia's state capital. And again, what do you see? Georgia State Capitol. There's the dome, there's the pillars, there's the statue on top. It doesn't look like an angel, but remember, they probably removed a lot of the angel statues. But some of them, they just can't. They're massive and pretty much there. And the angels probably told them, don't remove my statue. That's my building. So here, Georgia State Senator, sorry, that's some news story, but there's Georgia State Capitol. Looks just like the one in South Africa. It's just like the one everywhere. So state capitals, just type it in. And they all have the dome and the pillars everywhere on Earth. So yeah, you're welcome, Island Boy. Wait, we got someone from Finland here. So even Finland's state capitol building. So let's bring up Finland, because it's every country, and you wouldn't even think, and then you see it and you're like, why do they have that? They're all identical. So here's Finland's state capitol building. Just these massive blocks of solid rock with pillars. So they're everywhere. You're welcome. Thank you for your blessings. Yeah, these buildings. So I don't want to stay too much longer, right? Because what can I tell you? It's just right there. I just suggest you all go look at the images and the evidence yourself, or you could take my word for it, but I guess I need to show some more proof, some more images, some more fallen angel statues, some more Bible verses maybe. Just look at the construction dates and start adding it all together. And I'm telling you, it's impossible for, every country on earth to put together the exact same building at the same time. It's just not happening. So David Menny says, one building in Chicago was said to be able to hold 300,000 people. There was a photo of it filled with people. Crazy. Yeah, Chicago was like a hub. So there's like around the Great Lakes in North America. So Toronto's one. We got Calgary, we got Philadelphia is another place, Chicago, Detroit was another place. So yeah, very heavy on the buildings in those states. Very, very, very heavy. Yeah, so remember, just look at the museums, look at the train stations, look at the banks. It's all the same buildings. Again, humans didn't create them. That's the big thing that no one seems to want to admit or talk about. These buildings were not created by humans. They were created by the fallen angels in Genesis. And I'm sorry that they still stand. Even though God flooded the earth, it rained. These buildings are built solid. So rain and some water is not going to destroy every single one of the fallen angels' creations. So when the waters subsided, the buildings were still there. So the buildings, along with Noah on the ark, survived. Because remember, the buildings aren't living objects, even though they capture and generate so much energy and transmit frequencies, right? They're made by the sons of God. So us humans are still yet to understand fully what these buildings are capable of. That's what we won't know, because all the governments seem to possess and have control over all of them. So Noah got off the ark, his family, his 3 sons and their 3 wives, and they got off, and that was it. The earth was there, the buildings were still there. Maybe there was a big mess, and that was it. They just repopulated the earth, and as people got together, there was nothing else better for humans to do than to just clean up what was already there, dig it out, and enjoy it, right? So yeah, again, look for the signs in the sky. Robin Boswell saying that the moon is giving off rays like the sun right now. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, which a lot of the chemtrails is trying to hide that. Guys, we've come a long way. We've gone through Astro World, Travis Scott, and the music industry, and the whole festival. Yeah, we've gone through a lot of stuff. We've gone through the Revelation 88. We've gone through Formula One and the Hamilton era falling. But the buildings, and again, everything's the fallen angels, because we need to know what we're up against. So buildings. So where's everyone from? Because these buildings are everywhere on Earth. I've seen footage. I've seen the Wikipedias, the drone camera angles. There's too many. It's not just one or two per nation. It's hundreds. So I'm telling you, there's thousands of these buildings. They're so impossible. They all got these incredible domes. They got mass amounts of pillars, more perfect than the next one. So identical. So it looks like everyone's excited to talk about the fake moon landing. Oh, the moon was huge in Ohio tonight. Yeah, we had a full moon. The moon's been out day and night here in Toronto. So anyone in Australia, we're hugging the moon here in North America and the sun, because for the last week, in the day, I see the moon in one side in the day and the sun opposite. So I'm like, okay, so that means one side of the world, if it's round, is in darkness, which we know is not true, right? So we're going to get into that. I'm not going to get into flat earth and all that geocentrism versus heliocentrism right now. So someone says, hold on, where are you? Paul Burns lives in Bradford, England. Our town hall has weird statues on it. Yeah, they all do. There's griffins, there's lions, there's beasts. They're at the library, they're at the bank, they're at the city hall, the courthouse, every city, especially in England. I grew up in England and London. Wow, just full of these buildings. So Sue Sutton says the moon is often out both day and night here in New Zealand as well. How is that possible? But yeah, that's crazy. Because if that doesn't make sense. So Sue Sutton's in New Zealand and has the moon and the sun both day and night there. And remember, their day and night is different. So when it's day and night in New Zealand, it's daytime here. And it's just not making sense. The moon can't be in both places at the same time on a ball. So we're going to get into that. Sue, I need you. You're in New Zealand, because we're going to have to do a live call one of these days. So I'm going to be able to call Sue while I'm in North America and Canada, and I'm going to be looking at the moon and the sun, and I'm going to call someone on the other side of the ball. It's going to be Sue Sutton in New Zealand. And I'm like, Sue, I have the moon and the sun here in North America. Tell me what you see. And guess what Sue's going to say? She said, I can see the moon here. And I'm going to be like, well, that's impossible. And then boom, we're going to be able to put that one to rest. So stay tuned. Everyone get subscribed, because we still got lots to go through. I'm still going to make another video or so on Tartaria, more buildings, more fallen angel statues, more Bible verses, the world's fairs. Just look into the world's fairs. There's one in every nation: France, Japan, Brazil, America. Guys, time's running out, so I'm looking forward to ending this one. I hope everyone's feeling it and getting excited and just realizing that, yeah, wow, these buildings are incredible. And now we have an explanation. I wish we knew earlier, but now's better. It's better late than never, right? So exactly, laser lights prove it's flat. Yeah, you're welcome. Proverbs. Good night, everyone. I'm going to log off in like 10 minutes. But yeah, the buildings, the size of them, the design work, the carvings of statues and flowers and solid rock. Yeah, now we know who did it. It wasn't the Romans. It wasn't some skilled craftsman that could just carve rock, because then that means there would be hundreds of them all over the earth at the same time. There wasn't. So yeah, everyone, it was fun tonight. It was a good night. Sharing some more angel structures, like their physical structures are still here. And of course, the governments would want to hide that. So there is physical evidence that we can see and touch of the fallen angels' creations in these buildings. You're welcome, Lady DR. You're welcome, true soldier of Christ. Yeah, it's tea time. Tartaria. So yeah, I want to put Tartaria to rest. It's a psyop. J7 said the mud flood is fake, which it's true. It is. Stick to the Bible. That's the only thing that will get us through these hard times that are imminently upon us right now. This year flew by. So did last year. The fact that we're at 2022 in less than 2 weeks' time. So David Many, brother, says they didn't use day laborers from Home Depot to build these things. Exactly. They didn't. And just look at all the supposed separate cultures in every nation. So the Chinese just all decided to build Romanesque. So did the Australians for their parliament building. So did Finland. So did Spain. No one had any unique culture to have their parliament building a bit different than the other country. Whether they knew the other, like it's either whether they knew the other country was building it or not, either it's just one big amazing coincidence that every nation on earth has the same similar pillars and columns, solid cement rock, domed parliament building. Diane Jackson, I love it here, Nico, especially the Bible verses and knowledge. Yes. Yeah, it's truth upon truth upon truth, right? There's no lies, no cons here, no conspiracies, because that's what a con is. We're here to deliver truth, and that's what the Bible is. So if it's not in the Bible, I'm not going to be sharing it and talking about it. So that's how I'm tying Tartaria and the mud flood to the Bible. It's not in the Bible. The fallen angels are in the Bible, though, and they're all over these buildings. So if they're on these buildings, that means they're claiming these buildings. That means they created them. And that means that's what's missing in Genesis. Not only was there sex and fornication, there was creation of cities, mega cities, right? That's what they don't want you to know. They want us all to believe that we are the lucky humans in on Earth to ever have cities and technology and planes to travel. No, they've always had that, even before the flood. They want you to think that they spent the last 5,000-6,000 years doing the same thing, like with their hanging out in sand and bush, right? Not ever creating anything. It's nonsense. They've had the technology, they've had the structures. If anything, they've had better. The Canaanites, the Sethites, Adam and Eve, they all saw these buildings. They all witnessed the angels put these structures up on earth and commit the biggest sin and watch them sin and get heavy in sin, that after 500 years they could no longer build heaven-esque buildings. They had to build these demonic, lizard, gothic, evil, gargoyle type buildings, right? That's the fallen angels. Tammy Schleifer says, great evidence. You're welcome. Everyone, please. I'm on this. I've been on this. Just go on some of my Facebooks or social medias, and you'll see I've been trying to get this information out, but this is the best I've been able to do it live on YouTube. I've never had, yes, the most followers I've had on any of these platforms, 7,000 on YouTube's just incredible. So again, I'm blown away. I won't let you guys down, guys and girls. Yeah, the basement of the Vatican. Wow. Darlene Thorpe, best channel on YouTube. Appreciate it. Kind words. You guys are all awesome. You guys are the best subscribers on YouTube. Blessings to all. So again, fallen angels. It's not like delusions. It's not whacked out theory. It's the honest truth. Like, I'm not a buyer of BS, right? And I'm not a salesman. I can't even sell a pen, let alone sell you a bunch of lies, right? That I made up in my fantasy land. No, I'm it's all about the truth. I got nothing to gain from this. not a buyer of BS. I don't believe in lies. I don't live my life based around crap. I still look back and it didn't really affect me. Yeah, it does affect you. Thinking and believing in lies that I learned from school. Good thing I unlearned young, right? And was born again very young. Early 20s when everyone's really partying and getting their careers together and building their families. I was being born again and searching for the truth and more of it because, I experienced something amazing, supernatural, a miracle, whatever you want to call it. You guys want some more numbers explained? Yeah, we'll get into it. Today we've been showing you 1776 and its association with the fallen angels and why America chose 1776 for its independence and how the first president was inaugurated on April 30th. And that's another date that keeps coming up with all these rituals. So the angels like April 30th, right? Respect, Lacey. I really hope so. We're all kings and queens of Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, right? So as long as we choose Jesus, we'll all be getting our crowns and our mansions in heaven alongside our God. So that's why we're here doing this, because I don't want to be ruled over in no fiery pit, no lake of fire by these fallen angels. So they're not going to have us on earth and our souls in eternal damnation too. So we have to expose them. They cannot get away with what they're doing. Right? Exactly. Years of dedication. It's a shortcut to the truth, but there is no shortcuts, because if it was easy, it would just be the way. So nothing's easy. So again, it's actually better to take the long way, because I don't know what it would be like just to be hit with all this truth at once. It's a lot to take in. I did experience my head thumping at some points because it was just trying to process it all, right? So Yeshua is the way. Make no mistake about it, says David Many. Yeah, scream it loud. America was built on Christian values. That's why we are still the best country in the world. Yeah, that's why I've been screaming out to America. We need America to rise up. And I'm very appreciative that a lot of my subscribers are in America from each and every state. So this is our time to shine. America, you are the chosen ones. So the resistance is here. Take it. It is yours. Once America rises up and starts pushing back against this evil New World Order, then the world will be on board. It's been America that the whole world has looked to, whether we had a choice or not. So again, America, if it's your time to shine and step up and be superheroes for this world. All the superhero movies are America anyway, the Avengers. So, we need some superheroes right now on this earth. So everyone, take care. Yeah, America starts to make sense why they, you guys are great. So it's always been you guys, America. So yeah, resist. Once you guys show us how it's done, because it's pretty sad to see the resistance that's been happening across the earth. We haven't pushed back at all. So America needs to show us how it's done. Not like Capitol Hill. We need some proper resistance, so that's why I'm here to help give the knowledge. So maybe that will help. Once America knows who the real enemy is, it's not Biden or Obama or Trump. It's freaking fallen angels, spiritual wickedness in high places. Then yeah, this earth can truly unite and take on this evil. Whether some are left behind or taken in the rapture, there will be 7 years trial and tribulation. Yeah, I'm honestly, God bless. I appreciate the blessings of the Lord to have the confidence and just the capacity of knowledge to do this, and to have the audience that I have with you great crusaders. It's a blessing. I've been on YouTube a long time and I had like no subscribers for years. So whether I was posting good content or not, but now's the time. We're here and we're just going to run with it. Thank you, Yamil, true warrior of Jesus. I appreciate it. Miss J7. Wait, that's not J7, is it? Is that you changed your name? Yeah, pray for everyone. This is the resistance. This is God's army. So once we're in God's army, once we're all here being prayed upon, we can educate and march forward, teach our children the right thing. Don't let the schools teach your children that the Romans built those buildings and a bunch of guys got a ladder together and put together the Empire State Building. Like, don't let them believe that crap. But yeah, Satan is the father of lies. So yeah, please. Yeah, I'm not going to hold you guys up for much longer because honestly, like, all I've got to show is pictures. But the pictures don't do anything without explanation, right? So there's many channels on there and their explanations are the same. Who, what, why, right? I'm not here to tell you who, what, why. I'm here to tell you the Holy Bible, Jesus Christ, the evil fallen angels, they did it. That's what happened. The flood came, washed them away, but not the buildings. It's simple. Once you take the Bible and the book of Enoch or whatever other scripture you feel you need necessary to live your life, right? Then that's it. It's easy. So again, we're going to go. I'll make another video probably tomorrow. I'll come on. I'll probably get someone to come on. Someone else can help talk and show their findings. Maybe Tommy Rogers. I'll reach out to you after the show. Thank you, Shelby. Greek Goddess Awoken. Thank you. So Raging River says, does the rapture mean we are going to die? No, it says saved. You'll be walking with God. And it will just be the first death, right? It's the second death is Judgment Day. So don't fear death. Just choose Jesus and he will take care of you. Yeah, but we'll talk more about that. I just want everyone to know that there's buildings in all of our cities that were built by fallen angels. And they're easy to spot out once you see them, right? So I'm gonna try and get some more pictures together of more buildings like hanging out of mud and windows stuck in the ground, doorways like in the middle of the air. Like I've seen them in my city. I've walked around Toronto and it's very suspicious. So, but there's no need for all of you to do that, to go investigate. You can if you want and see it for yourself, but just know when you do see it, fallen angels put that there and it survived the great flood. So some of these buildings are from before the flood, which was 4,000 years ago. So it's getting crazy out there. It's getting really biblical. So pick your side. And I know everyone here, we're all in God's army. So let's help wake some more up. Let's go from 7,000 to 10,000. Let's see how long it's going to take. Let's build this army. But we're going to need these people waking up to the truth soon to realize what's about to happen, because it's going to happen any day now. So we'll be here. Everyone's here. It's beautiful to see everyone here watching, loyal. It's incredible. So again, buildings upon buildings, every nation. Just do a quick search, World's Fair, look at some of the images, look for some of the angel statues, look at your state capital, whether you're in Georgia or Pennsylvania or Philadelphia or Las Vegas. So check out government buildings, train stations, and just know. And then when you do research and go back to construction pictures or pictures when they were supposedly brand new back in 200 years ago, and then look for the signs that show that no, they weren't brand new. They were actually another 200,000 years old, right? Because it shows the wear and tear and discoloration on some of the buildings. So I'm going to wrap this up. I love talking to you. I could stay on forever, but we want to keep these videos at a decent time so other people can watch them and take it in. You're doing an incredible job. Honestly, wow. I just seen you guys are amazing. I'm going to keep doing it. I thank you so much. God all the way, says Heather. Darlene Thorpe says, you are my spare time. I love listening to you. That's beautiful. I'll still be on here. Make sure you can hear me every day. So speaking the truth. The truth is contagious. So God bless you, everyone. I'm going to head out. Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon. All right.